Hi, I'm Michael Ellen of The Home Show, and we're here at Coldwell Banker Bain to find out what it means to buy a condo and some of the things we should know before we start out. And who better to help us than Jim Reppond, Associate Broker of Coldwell Banker Bain. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Michael.
I'd like to know about condominiums.
Okay, great. Why don't we go back to my office? I'll tell you all about them.
Great. Okay, Jim, so then what's the difference between a condo and a house?
When you buy a condominium, what you're buying is the ownership of the interior walls. All of the exterior common areas you own together with other people in the building.
All right.
And in a single family home, you have sole ownership of everything, the land and the home.
Okay, so then if I own a condo, then I own the interior walls and everything inside, and a house, I own what's inside as well as what's outside.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so then how do I know if a condo's right for me?
That's a good question because that depends on your lifestyle. A condo's not for everybody. And in most cases, you're going to find condominiums are clustered in urban areas. So if you're the type of person who likes a walking neighborhood, who likes to be able to go out to shops and restaurants nearby, and doesn't like to mess with the maintenance of a home, then a condo is probably perfect for you.
Wow, great. That just may be right up my alley. Okay, so you have me thinking, what are the pros and cons then about a condominium?
Well, usually when you buy a condominium, you're going to get a lot more for your money.
Okay.
So often people come to us to buy a home and they realize, wow, homes are really expensive, but I can get a very nice condominium for less money. So cost is often the first main benefit. The other benefits often include the fact that you're going to be near the urban areas, like I mentioned. You're going to have all kinds of amenities. Usually there's like an exercise room, sometimes there's a swimming pool or a concierge, lots of advantages that you would have to pay a lot of money for if you had a single family home and had those types of things.
Well, then what are some things, that's great, what are some things that I should watch out for or look for when looking at a condo?
As I said, a condo's not for everyone, so there are some drawbacks too. You're living around a lot of other people usually, so if it's a building where there are condos above you and below you and on either side, there's probably going to be noise that you wouldn't have in a single family home. And there's also going to be issues around pets. They may not even allow them in the building, and if they do, they might be noisy if they're your neighbors. You know, a dog barking or a cat meowing late at night can bother some people. So noise is a factor, you know, and if maybe you have neighbors who like to cook spicy food, you're going to smell that more often than if you lived in a home where there was space and yard around you. Things like that are things to consider. And again, it's a lifestyle choice that you need to see if it's right for you.
All right. Well, my neighbors will probably be fine for me, but I won't be necessarily fine for them. Okay, so Jim, when I can obviously look at the location as an option and the price range when buying a condo, but is there any kind of research I can do about my neighbors? How am I going to know if I get along with them? I want to obviously know before I invest in that.
True. And that would be true if you bought a single family home as well.
Okay.
But with a condominium, you're going to be part of a community, and they call those homeowners association, HOA for short.
Okay.
And when you become part of a condominium, you have several things that you have to agree on with everybody in the neighbors. And those are called CC&Rs, or covenants, conditions, and restrictions. In those, they talk a lot about things like, gee, you can't paint your condo purple because ours are all brown and we want to make sure that the value stays high.
All right.
So there's all kinds of things that are involved with that, and you can research those things usually before you buy the condominium.
Okay, it's covenant, what,
CC&Rs are covenants, conditions, and restrictions.
Okay, well, great. That's going to help a lot. Thank you so much.
Sure.
So what if my condominium comes with the yard? Since I just own the inside of the house, what do I do about the outside?
Good question. That's part of the homeowners association. So there will be dues every month, homeowners dues, that you'll have to pay that pay for all of these amenities. So if you have a swimming pool, it'll pay for the maintenance of that. If there's landscaping included, it'll pay for the maintenance of that. There'll be other services that are included, like a concierge. There might be a sauna or exercise room, maybe even a rooftop deck that you can enjoy the summer nights in. But all of those things are part of the homeowner dues that you'll pay monthly. Now that's something you need to realize is above and beyond your mortgage payment. So a lot of these things you'd pay for anyway if you had a single family home, because there's going to be insurance on the building, there's going to be, sometimes there'll be water or sewer or garbage.
Is it comparable?
Well, they're usually a little bit different. They're not quite the same. It's apples and oranges. But you shouldn't think of them as additional costs above and beyond a home, because with a home, again, a lot of these things, you'd incur these costs anyway.
All right, yeah, I'd pay the neighborhood boy to mow my lawn. Jim, thank you so much for your time today. I obviously have a lot to learn about buying a condo, but it's so informative. I would like to maybe set up a time next week where we could talk about buying a condo.
Absolutely. As a realtor, it's my job to help people with real estate questions. I'd be happy to meet with you.
Oh, thank you.
You bet.
I'm Michael Ellen with The Real Estate Show. See you here next week.